Hi you guys, my name is Cherita. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that literally nobody's talking about, and it's about this by the name of Chad Wheeler. If you guys don't know who he is an NFL player who damn near beat his girlfriend to death. That's what we're going to be talking about. So if you're interested in this video, go ahead and keep watching. Before I get started, make sure you click subscribe for new content whenever I post, and also do not forget to click the notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I post a video. So let's get started. Are my waves coming in? I think they are. I'm really trying. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a trigger warning out here. This is a video talking about domestic violence. So if you guys are triggered by any of that, I advise you probably not to watch this video. Also, I'm gonna be trying some of this kombucha by Brew Doctor. It's watermelon, hibiscus, and green tea. So, because, I got to make sure that I stay hydrated or something. Ooh, okay. If you like watermelon, yes. Very good. Chad Wheeler is an NFL player. He is an offensive lineman for the Seattle Seahawks. He's a backup. Not that any of this matters, but, just give you a little bit of background information. So I saw this tweet from Tariq Nasheed, I think that's his name, and he was talking about how this man assaulted his girlfriend. And the pictures are disturbing, very disturbing. Basically what happened was Chad, who happens to be a white man, beat up his girlfriend, who happens to be black, almost to the point to where the story is Chad was going through he was having a manic episode, and he asked his girlfriend to bow down to her, which I don't even know what that means. She refused, so he grabbed her by the neck and threw her on the bed and basically covered her mouth and nose and strangled her to the point to where she lost consciousness. When she came to, he looked at her and said, "Wow, you're alive? Are you kidding me?" So the reason why I brought up race, because everybody's gonna be like, what does race have to do with it? It has everything to do with this situation, and I'll tell you why. Do y'all remember when Ray Rice punched his wife or his girlfriend, fiance? Do you guys remember that? The elevator? He punched the mess out of her. It was plastered all over the place. Even if you knew nothing about football, you knew who Ray Rice was. You knew this situation. Greg Hardy is another one. And those two are black men. Why is Chad not getting the same treatment? People are silent. I haven't heard, the NFL hasn't said anything. Chad was arrested for suspicions on assault, but why hasn't the NFL said anything? Why is it complete silence? Because had it been a black man, everybody would have heard about it. And another thing, why is it that they are excusing Chad's behavior because he's bipolar and was having a manic episode? He stopped taking his medication, therefore he had a manic episode. He's mentally ill, you guys. Give him a break. How come it's always white people are afforded this mental illness? Why are they allowed to be mentally ill, but black people are inherently violent? Why is that? I didn't hear nothing about Ray Rice being depressed. I didn't hear nothing about Greg Hardy having an episode. But with Chad, then it's an issue. And not only that, he almost killed this black woman, and nobody cares. Nobody cares that she almost died at the hands of a white man. Nobody cares. And I was going through the comments, and the comments were disgusting. Somehow, black men made this situation about them. You know, they were like, they're going to start blaming black men in 3 seconds. Nobody's blaming black men about this situation. This is all about this Chad character. If anything, people are sticking up for black men, saying, how come when black men do this, their faces are plastered all over the place, but when white men do it, it's like, we're going to keep it under wraps. If anything, we're trying to protect black men, but somehow black men made it about them. And the comments were disgusting. The comments were like, well, maybe if she wasn't with the white man, it wouldn't have happened. Wait, what? Then it got onto this conversation of, we're going to blame black men because black men probably never wanted her, and that's why she felt like she needed to fall into the arms of a white man. Or they were saying that she knew he was violent, but she stayed because of the money. Y'all, I could not make this up if I tried. These are literal comments that I saw in that Twitter thread. The crazy thing is, we don't know her story. We don't know her situation, nor does it matter. None of that has anything to do with the fact that this man almost killed her. He almost unalived her, and people want to make it about black men dogging black women to the point where they feel they need to exclusively date white men. What happened to preferences? What happened to preferences? Because when a black man says, oh, I prefer white women, and we ask why, it's usually because, well, black women, no, we didn't ask about black women. We said, why do you prefer white women? That's all. But they changed it into this, oh, well, she probably felt X, Y, and Z because a black man told her she was ugly or she was too dark skinned. Like, why are we having this conversation? Why is this conversation about that? The conversation needs to be about why this white man beat up this black woman and why nobody's talking about it. It's always protect black women. It's always protect black women. Asterisk. Because y'all remember the young black woman that got beat up in, I want to say it was New York, and because she turned down a black man, she said, no, thank you. And she got jumped by like 2-3 men, and one of them bit her. And the whole black community came together, the black men came together to protect her, to beat up these men who beat her up. But because Chad beat up a black woman, now all of a sudden it's like, well, she put herself in that situation. Make it make sense. Like, I don't understand. I truly don't understand. Back to Chad having this privilege of being white in the NFL and not being drugged like the dog he is. Do y'all remember when Colin Kaepernick took a knee fighting for injustice and he never played another game in his life? And I know a lot of people will be like, well, it's because he's a bad quarterback. No, he's not. No, he's not. There are worse quarterbacks out there. Chad Henne, are you kidding me? He had to come in and play for when Patrick Mahomes got a concussion. Chad Henne. Anybody know who he is? Nah. People will make up excuses about why Colin Kaepernick did not play in the NFL again. But the reason is because the NFL didn't want to lose their fans. The NFL did not want to lose their racist fans. That's what it came down to. Do you remember when Michael Vick had that whole dog situation? Do you remember that? Oh my gosh. Michael Vick has never been the same since. They value dogs' lives more than they do Black women. And that's a fact. Prove me wrong. It's crazy because all these sports fans, they love to watch, their Black athletes. They love to watch their Black athletes. But the minute they do something wrong, they call them all types of jigaboos and monkeys. But when Chad does something wrong, it's, you guys, he's mentally ill. I'm finding it hard to, I don't know how we can't not make it about race. And the NFL needs to start firing these people. I hate to keep bringing this up, but we're allowing intolerance into the NFL. No. Fire them. Set a standard. Set an example. I don't care if you lose all your top athletes. They need to be reminded they can't just act any type of way. That's what needs to happen. People get fired from McDonald's for being late, but somebody in the NFL can abuse their entire family and still play and get paid millions of dollars. Time is a social construct. So being late, I don't really see that as morally right or wrong, but abusing somebody, that's wrong on all types of levels. That is not a construct. That's wrong, period. Yo, I swear this is so good. I feel like I'm eating a watermelon. So this whole situation just opened up so many conversations and so many different doors, but we need justice for Chad Wheeler's girlfriend. The only reason why I'm not saying her name is because I've looked, I've read a couple of articles and they never said her name. So if you know her name, please let me know. But this is about getting justice for her and not allowing abusive assholes in the NFL. And tell me why I was in Twitter jail because I said he deserved to be hung by his testicles. I don't think I said anything wrong, yet, Twitter decided to put me in Twitter jail for 12 hours. And it was a long 12 hours because there was a big storm, the power went out, and I was just scrolling. I had nobody to talk to. Thank you, Nikki and Mocha, for talking to me in my DMs because it was a rough time. It was a rough time. I know it was only 12 hours, but whew. But then again, you get people calling, using all types of slurs, and they're allowed to stay on Twitter. But heaven forbid, I don't tolerate intolerance. Y'all are gonna get sick of me saying that. I tell you, that is like a gem. I couldn't have said it better myself. And that's why I'm going to continue to use it until I hear something better. Stop tolerating intolerance. Because then, guess what? All abusers are going to be like, oh, I can do it. I can do whatever I want. And I will not suffer the consequences because of who I am or who I know. So I think that's it for today. Let's have this conversation in the comments below. We can talk about how Black men are not protecting her because she got beat up by a white man. We can talk about how this just perpetuates the cycle of white supremacy and white privilege. We can talk about how the NFL is trash. We can talk about anything. Let's talk about it in the comments below. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Also, do not forget to link up with me on my social media, especially Twitter. All of that information will be down below in the description box. And until my next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye!
Give me up, I wanna. Gotta work, go berserk, I gotta. Know you gon' wake up. Know you gotta get your cake up. Don't matter if it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's my time.